Hi everyone and welcome back. Okay, I've got a nice quick one for you today. It's a fairly simple watercolour and it's done in the style of Rowland Hilder. I'll talk about Rowland Hilder in just a minute. I'll just quickly tell you about the kit that I'm using today. I'm working on a piece of Arches £140 cold press watercolour paper, and I'm using my standard palette there with a mixture of student quality and artist quality paints, and a couple of paints in there which I make myself as well. And I'm using some black ink. These are the Faber-Castell Pitt pens, really nice pens. This is the brush pen I'm actually using just to block these shadows in straight away there. So what I wanted to try to do with this painting was try and emulate the style of Rowland Hilder. It's been one of my favourite artists for many years. I discovered him years ago. He has a very unique style. If you've not seen Rowland Hilder's work before, if you just Google him and click on images and just look at some of his paintings, he paints in a very sort of unique style. And I've got a few books by Rowland Hilder, and I fancied sort of trying to emulate his style a little bit, just to see if I could get some of his methods down, just to see how it looked with a combination of his methods and my methods. It's got quite a lot of interesting techniques actually which he uses, and this is one of them, kind of blocking in all the shadows first with black ink, which is a really helpful technique actually to start a painting, because instantly you've got all the darks in place. You've got the white of the paper, which is your light tones, and then really all you've got to worry about are the mid-tones, and the watercolour just generally takes care of that on its own, you know, without you having to do much work. I mean, obviously you've got to, you know, mix your washes light and dark and things like that to get some of the tones there, but generally, you know, the picture is kind of fixed early on, you know, with the lights and the darks already in place. A little bit like pencil and wash actually, which is another style I like to paint in. But this one I thought I'd try something different, and I won't put any textures in or anything like that with the pen, just basically the dark shadows, the shapes of the dark shadows, and that's what kind of gives the picture a lot of its pop. It's quite an effective technique. I mean, I don't know whether to call it pen and wash. It's not like a traditional pen and wash. You know, it's really just a case of just blocking in shapes and shadows, and not really using the pen for outline work, which is more like traditional pen and wash, I guess. And it's funny really, because a lot of artists don't like to use black watercolour with their work. You know, they say it makes areas look flat or dead, and I used to be on board with that at one time. But it's funny, isn't it, you know, how artists will use ink with their watercolour paintings. So I think, well, you know, at least with black watercolour you can glaze over it, you can mix other colours into it to make it more interesting. But black ink is black ink, you know, it's just jet black on the paper. So I'm not really on board with that theory anymore about black watercolour makes your paintings look flat or dead. I think if you overdo it with the black and you mix it into all of your colours everywhere, yes, it probably is going to make everything look a bit dull and a bit lifeless. But when you're using it in this context to create extremes of tone, you know, we've got the black shadows there, and we're going to have the light colours on the snowy roofs there. It really helps to create a really nice contrast, which is so far away from anything looking flat or dead. But with that said, I've done a few of these paintings now, just practice paintings where I've used black ink to just block in all of the shadows, and one or two of them didn't turn out very well. I think you can overdo the amount of black ink. I think you've got to really kind of pick the shapes in the painting properly to know where these are going to work and where they're actually going to benefit the picture and not detract from the picture, because it can look a little bit heavy, a little bit dark if you use a lot of black ink, you know, for blocking in shapes and things like that. So part of the technique I think that Rowland used was to actually pick these shapes very carefully and pick the subjects very carefully to actually suit the technique. And more often than not, these oast houses, which I'm painting in now, they often feature in Rowland Hilder's work. These sort of typical British village scenes with the old oast houses and everything were a popular subject for Rowland Hilder to paint, and it's quite a good subject as well to use black ink. You know, the shadowed sides of barns and old farm buildings and things like that are absolutely perfect, you know, just to use black ink on. And then on the lighter side of the buildings, you know, if it's snow or sunlit or something like that, it kind of balances out the tones and the contrast really well. And usually in Rowland Hilder's work you get very hard-edged cloud shapes and skies and things like that. I've gone for a sky that's more in my sort of style, more kind of soft, wet into wet style. And even that kind of worked nicely, you know, contrasted nicely with the very hard edges, you know, and the dark shapes of the ink work there. But really this is just an experiment, just trying to get an insight into Rowland Hilder's work, and it's a technique that's definitely worth remembering, because I think in certain situations and certain styles of painting this really, you know, really can work well. And I'll just quickly mention as well, this is a full-time lesson over on my Patreon channel. Everything's in real time, with full narration and everything, and it only costs £3.50 a month to join Patreon, and you'll get access to, I think we're on about 800 videos now, so there's plenty of content there for you to watch. Watercolours, ink drawings, graphite drawings, mixed media work, all sorts over there. Too much to mention in one video. I'll leave links to Patreon in the end screen cards and in the description below. It'd be absolutely fantastic to see you over there. Got a great community of people there. You can share your work in the community section and chat with like-minded people, and what a wonderful community we've got there, really supportive people. So if you think that sounds like something for you, just click on one of the links and it'll take you straight to my Patreon, and you can read more about it there. So you'll have to let me know what you think to this style of painting. Does it work? Doesn't it work? Is the black too much? Is it too highly contrast? Does the black look flat? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section. Anyway, we're just about at the end of the painting now, so I'll leave you to watch the rest in peace, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everybody. Bye for now.